Yo, chat, yo, YouTube, yo, family. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all having an amazing day. You did. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can see from the title, we got everything new you missed in the college football 26 trailer. This is my boy, uh, Eric Ray Weather. You know what I'm saying? My boy Eric gonna always get you right. He gonna always come through when it come down to the college or Madden news or whatnot. My brain like a little fog or I don't know. I'm tired, bro. Trying to complete this challenge. I'm tired though, bro. But we gonna get it done, you know. So yeah, y'all go subscribe to Eric Ray Weather if y'all want any, you know what I'm saying, news or anything early or anything you want to know about NCAA or Madden. And don't be clowning me in the comments because I say NCAA. A lot of niggas be saying college football, but I grew up just saying NCAA, bro. NCAA. Simple as that, bro. What you gonna do about
Yesterday,
it? So
EA
what?
Sports dropped
But
a
let's get into
teaser
the
trailer
video.
and some information for both College Football 26 and Madden
into
26.
it.
Now, anytime EA drops these teaser trailers, when they put some pictures out and things like that, there's always Easter eggs in there. There's always things that they want you to kind of find that is going to let you know some of the things that will be in the upcoming game. They're not going to outright
I
come
ain't
out
play
and say it,
Madden
but
at
they
all.
put it in
I
front
ain't
of your
purchased
face,
that
see
gen
if
or
you can
none,
catch
bro.
all the little things. And between the teaser trailer and some of the other images
I only
that
play
did come out yesterday,
NCAA.
we found out a
And
decent
I
little amount,
forgot
more so
that
about
26 was
college
finna
than
come
Madden,
out.
but we did find out some things about both games that we're going to talk about today. Probably some things that may have went under
Bro,
the
and
radar
somebody
that
was
you
so
may
dumb.
not
They were
notice
talking about they
because
not gonna
sometimes
bring
they
out a
sneak stuff into these little
NCAA
trailers and
26.
these
They just gonna
pictures
keep
in ways that,
updating
like, if you really
25.
don't know what you're looking
Niggas
for,
just be
you'll miss
stupid.
it.
Like, do
Now, if
y'all
you're new
use
to the
y'all
channel and you
brain?
don't want to miss out on any of the upcoming news,
Niggas
especially
don't
for
use
college
their brain, bro.
stuff live. You know more than half of you that watch the videos aren't subscribed. So yesterday we found out the release dates. We found out the pre-order stuff. We know
I
that
will
the
be
early
getting that
access
gen
for
July
College Football
7th.
26 is coming on July 7th. So we're really getting pretty close to the game.
July
But probably
7th.
the biggest thing that we did find out yesterday is that number one, College Football 26 is only going to be on the same consoles as last year, which is PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X/S.
No more
It's still not coming to
PS4.
PC. It's not coming to Switch. Probably will come to those platforms in the future. However, Madden is going to be on the PC as usual, and it's coming to the Switch
Y'all
too.
got my
So
hair
that's
done,
one of
bro.
the
Y'all
bigger,
fuck
I
with
guess,
this
down
shit.
points that we found out about college yesterday is still no PC. But the biggest thing that we did find out that
Yo,
was
Chad.
confirmed, and this has been a rumor for a while, but they confirmed it yesterday, we're getting high school in the
I
Road
knew
to
it.
Glory mode
That
in
what
College
everybody
Football
wanted.
26
Road to
because in
glory
the
in
teaser
high
trailer
school.
it says from high school, to the
That's gonna
league
be
or
tough
whatever
though.
it said, but it specifically mentions high school. So we are actually getting that in Road to Glory this year. A lot of people wanted that in the game last year. It's coming this year. It means we're going to have high school teams. Maybe you could even make your own in Team Builder. That would be cool. We'll have to find out later on if that's the case. But that means we should also have some generic stadiums for high school as well, which should mean maybe some generic stadiums we could use for our Team Builder teams, because last year we had to use existing stadiums, which did kind of take away from it a little bit. Now, finding out about the high school stuff in Road to Glory was the most obvious thing they put in the trailer. It's what the whole trailer was about, going from high school to college to the pros. It's the one big link between college football and Madden, and they're kind of playing on that in the teaser trailer. And we know that they have been saying that
Bro,
Road to
some would
Glory
be
and
nice
Super
if you can link your player from high school and college. Okay, that's in NCAA. But would it be so tough? You take your same nigga that went from high school to college to the NFL, and you could transfer your data um to Madden, transfer your data to Madden, and you actually play with that player, so actually creating a new player on Madden, bro. Now that'll be tough.
star modes for Madden are the two modes that they want to really
Man, I
invest heavily
mean,
into,
AE,
put a
I
lot of
think y'all
work
should
into,
listen to
because
us
they're the two modes
sometime,
that need the
bro.
most work. So
You
that
know what I'm
was the
saying?
most
Sometimes we be giving out some good ideas, bro. Y'all let me know if that's a good idea, bro.
obvious thing.
I
But some
think
other
so.
little things they snuck in there, for example, is we got a glimpse at what looks like the new scoreboard or score bug for College Football 26, which I think looks great. The one they had last year looked good. I think this one looks even better if this is the actual score bug.
I'm
And
gonna have to
again,
grow on
usually they
that.
don't sneak things like this into the trailer unless
It's alright. I'm gonna have to
going to be
grow
in
on
the game.
it,
This
though.
one actually looks even more realistic. Like, I could see this being, a real life score bug that you would see on TV. So we did get a little bit of a bone that they threw us there if you were able to catch it. They also show Delaware on the score bug, which is definitely intentional because Delaware and I forget the other team, maybe it's Missouri State. I can't remember if that's the team, but two of those teams did join the FBS. So if they're in the FBS, they're going to
More
officially be in the
teams?
game because college ball has all the FBS teams. So now we got a couple new ones. I do think we're still going to get FCS teams at 1.2. They have talked about that. We don't know if that's coming this year or not because it's still early, but they did want to make sure to put that Delaware in there to let you know that, hey, yeah, those 2 new teams that went over to FBS, they're going to be in the game this year too. So that's pretty cool to see. Something I absolutely loved as a kid and even love today is opening up sports cards. It's always fun to see which absolute thing called sports
Boy
card.
trying to get hit cheese.
To score. The club is the clear hit back that they give you. No goals. Take that.
Yo.
And you also snuck in a score bug for Madden.
Shit was long as fuck.
These are the type of things I don't think that they sneak into trailers if they're not going to be in the game because there's really no reason to put them in there if that's not what you're going to use for the game. Now, the Madden score bug still at the bottom of the screen, which is what they did last year. They moved it over to the bottom. It looks like they're keeping it that way this year. I would say this looks similar to last year, but slightly different. But I thought last year
I don't know how it looked because I ain't played it all.
Kind of gave me like a old school.
I'm dead
kind of
serious, but I didn't play the game at all.
Bug vibe, so they're keeping something similar with that this year. It appears when they showed this Commanders clip, so looks like we kind of can see what those are going to look like for both games. Another interesting shot in the trailer was when the player was sitting in front of a bunch of trophies at his desk. Now, again, EA's really intentional.
Nigga
they
turned
know
to a
what
coach.
they're doing here. They know one of the biggest pieces of feedback or even complaints, if you want to call it a complaint, that 25 had was that there's no trophy room. There's no way to see all the trophies that you had won and collected over the years, and that is something that was in older games, and it's something that a lot of people kind of enjoy having there. I don't think it's a make or break thing in the game. I don't think like it absolutely has to have this or the game is awful, but it's something that a lot of players like, especially if you're like a Road to Glory or even Dynasty player. You want to see all the stuff.
I'd be going crazy in
Some people want to
Dynasty.
see the hard work, right? So when they put this shot in the trailer of a player sitting in front of a trophy case filled with trophies, maybe not like an actual case, but a bunch of trophies behind him, I feel like that's an intentional shot that, you know, these people that work on these trailers and all
Texas
these
K,
different things,
nigga.
like, they thoroughly think through
Roll
what they're putting
Tide,
there.
boy.
They're putting stuff in there that they want you to see, and they're not putting stuff in there that they don't want you to see. So if they make a shot that's that intentional, to me, I think that kind of confirms that we should be getting the trophy case, at least in college football, if not in both games. And it was one of the biggest pieces of feedback last year, and it was something that they had listed as kind of a top priority based on what it seemed like players wanted. So I think this kind of confirmed that that'll be in the game. Now let's jump over to this still image. Now, I believe this is from the Xbox and PlayStation stores. I don't know if this image dropped anywhere else, but again, when they put these images out there, they're not doing it for no reason. They know what's in the image, and I saw a couple people point out 2 things, because if you just look at this image, you say like, it doesn't really look like anything crazy. It just looks like a few players with College Football 26 in the background. But a lot of people pointed out, if you look at the Notre Dame player on the left side of the screen, it would appear that he has a ski mask on under his helmet, especially if you kind of compare that to the guy on the right side of the screen looking at the back of his neck. It's clearly different.
Oh,
now,
he do got
this
a
is something
ski
that
on.
I believe is coming to the game. It was something that they wanted to put in the game. It didn't get in the game last year. It's a highly requested accessory that is worn by a lot of players. Now, I don't think that this 100% confirms that this is in the game, because in a picture like this, you know, it could look that way, but it might just
it gotta be because he
the
light
lighting on the
skinned.
picture, for example. But I do think, you know, with a lot of the equipment they put in last year, they're definitely going to put in
he
more
light
this year.
skinned. It
So
gotta
this
be.
could definitely be a thing. Another thing that
What's
some
the
people
next thing,
pointed
though?
out was that the guy in the green helmet, the hair that is coming out of his helmet, that is not a hairstyle that was supposedly in 25. I don't know all the hairstyles in the game, I'll be honest, because I'm not a guy that goes that deep on some of that stuff, but people said that that was a different hairstyle, so that could just be, you know, more customization, more player editing.
then.
They're adding more hairstyles, maybe more
The ski's gonna be
features
tough,
definitely needed
though.
in the game, so that's something else to point out that potentially is changing.
I like how
in 26.
I like how EA
Now,
and
aside from all of that,
NCAA
we
they was
also
like
got
updating their game and stuff though. Them updating their game, they just kept it alive though, bro. I don't see that. I don't see really nothing was wrong with the game other than like the man-to-man defense. You couldn't really run man, but I mean, other than that, it was cool.
A little bit of other news before the trailer
Niggas
came
wanna
out a
run
few
man,
days
so,
ago,
like,
and it
you know.
appears that Enter Sandman has kind of
That
been
shit.
confirmed for College Football 26. And for those of you that don't know, that's a Metallica song
Niggas
that
wanna
is
sit there and
played
run man
before the
every
Virginia
play,
Tech
bro. That
games,
hold on real
and
defense
people
and
were pretty
go
disappointed that it
coverage
didn't
and,
make
like,
it in
make them
last year, but
adjustments
it
on it. Like,
appears that
niggas be wanting
something's
that
going
shit
on
easy.
because the College Football Twitter account a few days ago tweeted that College Football and Metallica are joining forces to give one college marching band an opportunity to take the field and get in the game. The Division 2021 winner of the For Whom the Bell Tolls competition will not only get to record the college football theme song, but also record a Metallica song for a future edition of college football. It says Metallica and One Lucky Marching Band will rock college football like never before. So they're kind of working together here, which I feel like if they're doing all that, that means that they're probably going to be putting Enter Sandman in the 26. I mean, I guess they didn't outright say that it's going to be in the game, but if they're now working with Metallica, I don't see why that wouldn't be in the game, because that's like the biggest contribution Metallica could make to the game is having that song in there. But regardless, they're working together and some cool stuff is going to come out of it.
And
There was
I'm ready
also
for
some
this,
news
yeah.
recently that they're going to be
July,
working
right
with
around the
Lowe's
corner
for
too,
like
bro.
some sponsorship partnerships in the game. So we'll see Lowe's included in the game in some way. Like we've seen,
Less than 3
Discover
months.
Card and some other things in the game last year. I think Allstate was in the game on the field and some of the stadiums and stuff like that. So, I mean, I like stuff like that because it makes it look like it looks on TV. So the more you can get different companies and sponsors and things involved so that it looks like what we see when we watch on TV, I think that's pretty cool. Now, the full reveal, like I said earlier, is coming in May, so we're definitely less than a month away because it'll probably
May
come
already.
halfway
Today the
through May,
30th.
maybe during the third week of May. We're definitely going to be getting all the covers, the cover athletes. We're going to be getting a lot of gameplay info and stuff. We're going to be seeing some
bro.
trailers.
I remember when this game was finna come out, I was like so ready. I was so impatient, dog. A nigga couldn't wait, nigga. I don't know why, but I just couldn't wait. But yeah, bro, we ain't finna stay on this topic for too long, bro. I literally played NCAA 25 the whole year. I didn't touch Madden at all, bro. And I don't see nothing wrong with that because I played Madden for too long, bro. It's been a whole decade since I had played NCAA, so I feel like I made the best decision for me. And yeah, I like the game. I cut it on right now. If I ain't had to do no reactions or if I ain't had nothing to do, so who gives a? But yeah, bro, I'm chill out, bro. In this video. Hey, y'all have a good one, bro. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Nigga tired, bro. That's why I'm just running my mouth, bro.